Hi everyone, for today's agenda, we are going to tackle about the feedback mechanism of the human body. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
First of all, the human body is equipped with mechanisms that enable it to operate normally. Many of your body's processes are regulated by feedback loops that keep things in order. This enables various organs of the body to collaborate.
What is a feedback mechanism? Basically, a feedback mechanism is a physiological regulatory system that either returns the body to a normal internal state of homeostasis or less commonly brings an internal system further away from homeostasis. Also, there are two mechanisms exist, which is the negative feedback mechanism and positive feedback mechanism.
But before we proceed to the two mechanisms, let us first define the meaning of homeostasis. What is homeostasis? In biology, homeostasis is a state of steady internal, physical, and chemical condition maintained by living systems.
This is the condition of optimal functioning for the organism and includes many variables, such as body temperature and fluid balance, being kept within certain preset limits.
Best example for homeostasis is that when bacteria or viruses that can make you ill get into your body, your lymphatic system kicks in to help maintain homeostasis. It works to fight the infection before it has the opportunity to make you sick, ensuring that you remain healthy.
Another example is eating, drinking, even simple breathing can introduce indigestible and even dangerous substances into the body. The body maintains homeostasis by eliminating these substances through the urinary and digestive system. An individual simply urinates and defecates the toxins and other nasty things from the blood, restoring homeostasis to the human body.
Last example is the calcium levels in the blood must be maintained at proper levels. The body regulates those levels in an example of homeostasis. When level decrease, the parathyroid release hormones. If calcium become too high, the thyroid helps out by fixing calcium in the bones and lowering blood calcium levels.
Going back to the two mechanisms, what is negative feedback? Negative feedback occurs when a system's output acts to reduce or dampen the processes that lead to the output of that system, resulting in less output. In general, negative feedback loops allow systems to self-stabilize. Negative feedback is a vital control mechanism for the body's homeostasis.
Best example for negative feedback mechanism is that negative feedback loops involving insulin and glucagon help to keep blood glucose levels within a narrow concentration range. If glucose levels get too high, the body releases insulin into the bloodstream.
What is positive feedback mechanism? Positive feedback mechanism controls self-perpetuating events that can be out of control and do not require continuous adjustment. In positive feedback mechanisms, the original stimulus is promoted rather than negated. Positive feedback increases the deviation from ideal normal value.
A good example of positive feedback involves the amplification of labor contractions. The contractions are initiated as the baby moves into position, stretching the cervix beyond its normal position. The feedback increases the strength and frequency of the contraction until the baby is born.
Feedback mechanism is important in the human body because it is the one who helps the body to maintain its balanced state. In this way, the body will function properly and operate properly. That is why keeping the body in a balanced state is important in the human body.
That is all for today, guys.
I hope you learned something from our short discussion about feedback mechanism.
Thank you for watching our short presentation and I hope we will see you to our next video.
Good day to all of you. Today we will demonstrate to you an example problem about Dilution of solutions using dilution formula.
Hi and good day to all of you in this video. We have the problem 500 ml of water is added to 250 ml of 0.625 m sodium hydroxide. Now, what is the final concentration of sodium hydroxide? Remember, the square brackets around the formula denote its molar concentration. Since we are adding water to a solution, means that this is a dilution problem. So we can use the formula M1 V1 equals to M2 V2. The original solution, which we can call solution 1, is 250 ml of 0.625 molar sodium hydroxide. So, M1, the original concentration, is 0.625 molar, and V1, which is the initial volume, is equal to 250 ml. Now, in order to find V2, we can use the equation V2 is equal to V1 plus the volume of water added. In the given, our initial volume is 250 ml, so we will write 250 ml for V1 and the water added is 500 ml and then together. Now, 750 ml is our V2.
Now we got all the given in the problem. The question now is, what is the final sodium hydroxide, which is our M2? Since M2 is unknown, we rearrange the dilution formula to solve for M2, and we get M1V1 is over to V2. Now we got the formula and given, it's time to put them all together based on our new formula. M1, which is 0.625 m, times to V1, that is 250 ml, divided by V2, which is 750 ml. Cancel both ml, which leave us the sign of m, or molar. Get your calculator and solve it, which give us the final answer of 0.208 m. And that is how you solve dilution of solution using dilution formula.
Good day everyone. Today we're going to talk about the RC circuit. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
But before we proceed, let us first define resistor and capacitor.
What is a resistor? Resistor is defined as a passive electrical component with two terminals that are used for either limiting or regulating the flow of electric current in electrical circuits.
The main purpose of resistor is to reduce the current flow and to lower the voltage in any particular portion of the circuit.
Why do we use resistors in real life?
Basically, we used resistors in real life to allow other components in a circuit to operate within their own optimal values without incurring any damage.
If there is no resistance, then there is no current limiting factor. If the supply input more than the desired input for the appliance, then it has the tendency to cause short circuit in the appliance.
What is a capacitor? A capacitor is a device that is like a small rechargeable battery, has the power or space to hold energy in the form of electrical charge that produces potential difference or static voltage across its surface.
Capacitor's primary purpose is to store electrostatic energy in an electric field and deliver this energy to the circuit when required. Why do we use capacitor in real life?
Capacitors in real life is that aside from they store energy directly onto the plates, which makes the charging and discharging process much faster, they are also effective in filtering out unwanted frequencies and are less sensitive to temperature.
Capacitors can handle power loss efficiently and make power production more economical. Furthermore, capacitors discharge current almost instantaneously and are preferred for AC applications.
And lastly, they are capable of handling high voltage applications and are therefore suitable for high frequency use cases.
What is RC circuit? So, RC circuit is composed of resistor and also a capacitor. That's why it is called the RC circuit in the first place. In the electronic devices, RC circuit is a common component. They are also involved in the transmission of electrical signals between the nerve cells.
How does RC circuit works?
A combination of R, resistor, and C, capacitor, is used for configuration in an RC circuit to control current flow and impose a desired condition.
So, one of the most common applications for a capacitor is as a coupling unit, which allows the AC or the alternating current to move and block the DC or the direct current.
While the resistance limits current flow and induces some delay through the supply voltage fed to the capacitor by allowing a charge to accumulate in the capacitor proportionate to the fed voltage.
What is the usage of RC circuit in real life?
The RC signal filters the signals by preventing certain frequencies from passing through, while allowing others to pass through. It is also known as a first-order RC circuit, and it is used to filter signals by passing some frequencies while suppressing others.
Often, RC circuits are used to control timing. Some examples, which include the windshield wipers, strobe light, the flash bulb or the flashlight in the camera, the timing circuit, some pacemaker, and many more. One could also use the RC circuit as a simplified model of the transmission of an earth impulse.
How does RC circuit works in using camera flash? The reason why camera flash fades away instantly because the responsible for it is the RC circuit, charging and discharging the charges to allow camera flash do its function. Now, allow me to elaborate further the concept of how does RC circuit works using camera flash. What you see in the screen is the RC circuit that involves capacitor, resistor, a bulb, switches, wires, voltmeter, and battery. This is how it looks like when you are charging the capacitor. As you can see, we have 1.5 potential difference across the battery. When the switch is closed, the electrons are being removed from the right plate of the capacitor through the battery gathering on the left side of the capacitor. Now that the capacitor is charged, the switch from the bulb is now ready to be closed. When the switch will be closed, the charges from the left plate will flow off very rapidly, resulting in a bright initial glow from the bulb, and as the movement of the charge slows down going to the right plate, the current across the bulb will decrease and the bulb will go out. And that's it. That's how the RC circuit works when you are using camera flash on taking photos. That is all for today, guys.
I hope that you have learned something from us.
Thank you for listening and see you to our next vlog.